Alright guys, so today we're going to talk about the Archer Specialization. Whenever you hit level 20 with any of the units in the game, you unlock a Specialization, and that allows you to pick one of 3 different trees, customizing your character to be exactly the way that you want him to perform. So once we're done with this video, you're going to be an absolute professional. You're going to know exactly which of the 3 trees to pick in each of the different situations and which one is best for you. If you love what we're doing here, if you love our content, please support the channel by getting one of the TeamVASH skins. This is the Black Army. We got our red V's on our helmets. They are just fantastic looking skins, and we would love to see you rep in our colors whenever you're fighting in our battles. So thank you so much for the support, guys. Let's rock and roll. Okay, let's get right into it. We got the Archer here, specialized, and this is what we're looking at. We have the Deadeye Archer, the Longshot Archer, and the Pinning Archer. The Deadeye Archer is a specialized archer that deals an extra 50% damage to ranged targets. So if you're ever going archer to archer armies, your Deadeye Archers are going to absolutely destroy the competition. Just nasty, nasty. The Longshot Archer is a specialized archer with +4 range. This will make you have incredibly long range, outranging all of the enemies, and being, especially effective when there's bad terrain around. You can get your long bomb shots off even if there's a bunch of stuff in the way. Pinning Archer is a specialized archer that slows down your targets by 40%, making them move really slowly, giving your archers more time to hit them while the enemies are trying to close the gap and get on top of them. So, which one is the best? Well, if you know that you're fighting a lot of archers, obviously the Deadeye Archer is going to be the king of the castle. However, for me personally, I don't usually find that archers are fighting archers. Typically, the use for an archer is to take on the enemy melee units. Tanks are a really big problem. Rogues are always a really big problem. The really big problem is not other ranged units. If you're fighting against other ranged units, you usually, typically have a good situation against them. But again, this comes to whether or not you want to min-max and really prepare yourself for certain eventualities. If you are worried about enemy archers being a problem, and you think that you're going to be able to fight them without a melee line, a melee wall in front of those 2 forces, then the Deadeye Archers can be quite effective, especially when you're fighting against giant slimes or giant spiders or the giant ghosts. Those units there are, very nasty ranged units, and you will end up fighting them archer to archer wall. And if you are afraid of losing, then that's where the Deadeye Archers can really shine. The Longshot Archer is really great and also really trash. Now, the reason why that archer is really good is because if you are fighting in a situation where there is awful terrain, there is lots of walls and lots of, places to get stuck on and to get trapped, and it's just a mess. The Longshot Archer has a massive advantage because he can just bomb shots from super far away while enemies are trying to path around all the janky floors and walls and mountains and trees and junk, and you can absolutely destroy them in their process of getting to you. Now, the reason the Longshot Archer is not good is because most battles don't fall into that category. Most battles fall into the category of 2 armies pushing into each other. And the reason the Longshot Archer is garbage is because your Longshot Archer will target the enemy from super far away, and he will shoot this long, slow shot, and by the time your arrow hits that target is 99% of the time going to be already dead because of your melee units that are up in his face. Whereas archers with a shorter range will only fire once they get, to a close enough distance that it's very likely that their shot is going to be able to hit the target and have relevant damage before the enemy actually dies, making them actually contribute to the enemy death on the field. That is very important. So you've got the super long range archers, you've got your regular archers, and then you've got your bombers, which are a little bit shorter range. Typically, the shorter the range the unit, the more dangerous the unit is. However, the more danger you yourself are in. So you got to kind of gauge that range of how far back do you want to be safe, but how close are you going to be able to hit the target before that target is not even a target. Because if every target that you aim at is dead before you ever hit it, then your archer is not exactly contributing anything to the battle now, right? So, in my experience with the Longshot Archer, I would say hard pass. I think that the Longshot Archer is not worth using. I found it to be much more of a hindrance than a benefit. and I'll probably never take it ever again. Now, the pinning archer, on the other hand, the slowing effect, the 40% slow effect, is actually amazing. Because the big thing with the Longshot archer is, being able to hit targets from far away means that you can hit them multiple times before they ever get to you. But that's assuming that you don't have melee in front of you killing targets before your arrows land. Now, with the pinning archer, if you get into that same situation where, where a Longshot would be a really good character, because look, I'm far back, I get lots of time to hit them while they're coming up on me. The pinning archer does a lot of the same thing. He'll start firing at a closer distance because he doesn't have the long range. But when he hits that target, those targets will slow right down, making them take longer to get to you, giving you pretty much the same effect as the Longshot archer, except better. So the pinning archer is very, very effective, very good. Slowing the enemies down is a huge advantage. It's really fun. It's really effective. So I would say either the Deadeye archer, the pinning archer, depending on what kind of situation you want to put yourself in, is going to be the biggest advantage. Now, for me personally, I'm going to go with the Deadeye archer because I'm going to go with the extra damage. There are not a lot of situations where that extra damage is really going to matter, but when it does matter, it matters. Whereas the slowing effect from the pinning archer, while there are while it's really nice when you do have it and you're able to slow enemies down and slow the the pace of the battle down, typically the battles are a giant mess of enemies smashing each other into dust, and slowing effects are much better in small scale battles. Since I have the largest army of any streamer on the planet, my battles are giant clusters of death, and there's very, very little room for microplay like slowing effects, right? That's not really going to have a big impact on my battles because of how many units are on the screen and how much lag there is, and it's not a really a relevant thing. Whereas in the situation where my archers are actually hitting enemy archers, doing that extra 50% damage is going to be absolutely game breaking for me. So for me, it's as much as I really like the pinning archer when I was a smaller streamer, once we decided to go full time and rule these lands with an iron fist, now Deadeye archer is just an absolute non-negotiable. It's just, yeah, it's obvious. It's going to be my obvious choice. I'm going to take it right away, and that'll be the archer that I use for all of my battles. This one is just an absolute monster, and there's lots of situations where you're fighting archers that you're going to get that extra hitting power that you need. So those are your three options. That is how I balance them personally. I would not take the long range. Slowing effect is really, really good, especially for a smaller streamer. Extra damage is amazing for massive battles where you're just shooting at stuff and you'll hit the right things periodically, but being in a really overpowered situation, damage is always the right way to go. All right, guys, I really hope that this video helps you understand the specializations and helps you pick the one that's right for you. If you like this video, make sure that you like and subscribe, leave a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow here. And ring the bell for notifications, and leave a comment in the comments button down below, and let me know if you found this video helpful. Rock and roll, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of the Vash Corps. Thank you for watching my videos and helping this channel grow and get more attention. It means the world, guys. Thank you so much for all the love, and I will see you guys in the next one. Oh yeah! Hey guys, we're out here all day, every day, chasing our dream and trying to build this community. If you love what we're doing here and you support the dream, and if you have the means to actually donate and contribute to what we're doing here, I would really love for you guys to come out and support us on Patreon. It's the lifeblood of any content creator. It's the only reason that that we're staying afloat and able to do what we're doing here. And if you have the means, I would love for you to come out and support us and yeah, help us keep doing what we're doing. Thank you so much, guys.